Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brady Beers of Grosse Pointe North Football. How's it going, buddy?
That's good. How about you?
Doing well. 2-1 on the season. A big win last night.
Yes, sir.
Just recap that game, and yeah, you guys are 2-1.
Yeah, so we got off to a good start last night with a safety on our first defensive drive, and then instantly going down the field and scoring. And then as the game went on, we got comfortable with how we were playing, and I think that when adversity struck and it ended up getting a little closer, but then towards the end of the third and definitely in the fourth, we put the foot back on the gas and ended up putting up 61 points.
Yeah. Coming off I know, coming off a tough loss week two, getting a big win week three, that has to feel good for this team.
Yeah, so week two was tough against a good Warren Mott opponent, really well coached team, and I mean we were all eager to get back in the win column and stay above 500. So that definitely helped last night.
Yeah. Okay, so I know we talked about this, but remind everybody what position you play for people that might not know.
I played defensive end and offensive tackle.
Okay. Really, now that you're kind of a few games in, how are you guys kind of position wise? What's that been like just to, you know, go between positions? I know you've done that for a long time, but what has it been like this season with so far? How do you guys think you're doing?
Yeah, so I think we've got a lot of guys that can play a lot of positions, which is really helpful for us. Especially on the line, we've got guys that can play guard, center, or tackle, and even guys that can play D tackle. But then we've also got some safeties that could come down and play linebacker if need be, and I think that's a big help for us.
Yeah. So going into this week, this is kind of we're a third of the way through the high school football season.
Right.
I can't even believe that. I thought it was just yesterday we just started. So
Right.
um, heading in, we're in that first third because so far right now, teams kind of really know what they have. And I know you guys are just kind of starting to get into division play a little bit, but really heading into these next three games, what do you feel like you guys need to do to kind of get over that hump and get to where you guys need to go?
Yeah, now that division play has started, we just really need to get better every day, get a little better every week, and just prepare towards the end of the season. I mean, we're pretty comfortable in our league, and we hope to win as many games in the league as possible, and then win the last couple games of the season as well.
Yeah. Um, okay, so far, what are some of the things that you're doing really well at? What are some of the things that you've really seen an improvement on?
Our offensive line as a unit has really stepped up this year, being able to run the ball and keep the quarterback protected in pass plays. But me personally, I mean, I love playing on the defensive side of the ball, and I had a couple big plays last night, and even got my first lineman touchdown. So that was
Oh yeah,
a great
let's
moment for me.
yeah, let's talk about that for a second. We'll get back to that question in a minute. I just thought about that. I knew there was something we wanted to bring you on for.
Yeah,
What was that like for you? I mean, everyone loves when the big lineman gets into the end zone.
right.
Did you ever think that you would get in the end zone in your high school football career?
I mean, we do a lot of turnover stuff and scooping scores, but I lived every lineman's dream last night. It was a great moment. I did not see it coming at all.
Yeah. Well, what was that like for you? It's like kind of describe that play for people that might not know.
Yeah, so there was a punt block by one of our linebackers who recovered it himself, and then eventually it came out of his hands, and it's almost like the angel picked it up and it bounced right towards me. So I was lucky enough to be close enough to the end zone, and I was planning a celebration, but I was too excited to even think about what I was going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So going getting into that, I'm like, so what was that like when you scored? It was like, did you know like what was that? What was going through your head? I'm like, I just
I
scored, yay!
I don't even remember really. I just remember the ball falling into my hands, and I don't even think I tucked it correctly because I was too excited. And then Just seeing my teammates around me, I felt like I was a running back or a receiver or something. It was so fun.
Yeah. Um, okay, so as so the line overall, I mean, what was, you know, offensively, defensively, where you guys think you're at right now, going back to what we talked about. And then
Right.
where do you guys think where do you guys think some areas you need to work on heading in before we get to the big stretch of the season?
So last night our D line really stepped up. We were able to take down the quarterback multiple times behind the line and keep the run plays in front of us, which was a big help for our defense as a whole. And then our offense has the ability to both keep the ball on the ground and put the ball in the air, and I think that's a big thanks to our linemen. And we obviously want to keep our quarterback safe at all times, so that's our main priority as well as being able to put the ball on the ground and put us in the end zone.
Yeah. Okay, so and then next, remind everybody when is your where are you your next game?
We're playing Cosno at Grosse Pointe North this Friday.
Okay. Um, what's that going to be like? What do you feel like you guys need to do to continue momentum?
Yeah, so last year Cosno wanted to win our division, and we went to their place and shut them out. So I think heading forward, we have a targets on our back in the MAC Gold. So we just got to come out and not be complacent of where we are above 500, and we have to keep our foot on the gas for the remainder of the season.
All right. All right, Brady. Thanks so much, man. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yeah, thanks for having me.